Well, I think, talking about starting, it was announced, I think today, that DJ Glaze is going to continue to start over at right tackle, which is a development that I think I want to get everybody's opinion on that. I'm kind of stoked that he's in a position to be starting as a rookie. You know, especially seeing as we got him later on. He was my fifth rated tackle, so I like the pick. So it's good to see that he's already out there excelling and putting us in a position where maybe we have more depth at tackle than we thought, especially if because I know Munford's not, he's a starting level tackle himself. So this is interesting. That's how I feel about it. What do you think, Willie?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Colton is the quote unquote anchor, the offensive line. If we can open holes like we did in 2022, 2022 when Josh Jacobs won the rushing title, and this group appears to be able to do that, then I think this whole talk about the quarterback situation, we won't be looking at it with nearly as much anticipated fear. Because what's the best friend of a quarterback?
A run game.
The offensive line.
A run game and quality tight ends.
Mm-hmm.
And the tight ends, I think we have with Mayer and with Brock. So the offensive line, and then those guys, particularly Brock, we know Brock is a great blocker as well as a great pass catcher. So that's like your sixth or seventh offensive line on any running play when you have the power package in there. So I feel it, man. I feel it.
Yeah. In that the Green Bay type offense that we're running, Getsy's implementing, you're going to see him lead blocking through holes, pulling, and he's a very good move blocker. Getting to the second level, DBs and just they make a business decision, man. Like, that's a big dude, and he's coming real fast. And then Mayer's like literally just like another tackle. When he stays in the block, I mean, he can take on a defensive end by himself sometimes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So when it comes to like DJ Glaze and Thayer Munther and his offensive line, and from a little bit of footage I saw on Twitter and from what I've heard, that DJ Glaze is doing so very well on the offensive line right now, which I think for the last couple of years that has been the lack of depth for us. Honestly, when it comes to we once our starters is out, the rest is history. It's like it's the next man up at this point. I want to look at in this year, and I want to have Antonio Pearson and his offensive coaching staff on the offensive side to really evaluate these offensive linemen, because over the past years, if Colton Miller go down, if Dylan Parham went down, or somebody else went down, we're like, who the hell is next up? And I feel like hearing DJ Glaze get that. DJ Glaze is from Maryland, if I'm not mistaken. He was drafted out from Maryland, right?
Yes, he was.
Yes. So he was drafted out. He was drafted out of Maryland, and from the tape that I watched when he played at Maryland, he was good. He was a good run blocker, okay at pass blocking, but hopefully that can be coached up.
Yeah, no, he had, I think Maryland threw the ball a lot. I think he had 680 or something pass attempts that he blocked on. Yeah. I think he gave up 5 sacks or 5 pressure quarterback hits and sacks. It was literally him and JPJ had the same amount of snaps, right? So Oregon threw the ball a lot, so you can see Maryland did too. And he only gave up 5 more pressures than JPJ, who gave up none, 0. I'll say it again, 0.
So to extra on the panel, outside of DJ Glaze, who is the other offensive lineman that you are impressed with in training camp right now outside of him?
I guess you keep hearing about Pete and Whitehair and how they have just been extra professional and effective all the time. which is a really good thing to hear when you have two very young guards that you may be relying on in Parham, who's switching over to his more natural right guard position. And then, we're hoping that, JPJ can come in and start, or at least play some significant snaps. So having those two be able to be good veterans, looks like they're at least, doing the job well enough against what is a very, very good defensive line that has depth. So they're being tested. That I think I'm going to say two people. I'm going to cheat and say Pete and Whitehair. So that's where I'm at.
A-Train, just to let you know, every time that I say his name, I always fuck it up. Excuse my language. I always mess it up. I say it backwards, and then I'll be like, oh, damn, I said it the wrong. So I just be like, just give me some initials for him at this point. I didn't forget it. It's just that I just get the name jacked up. Like I'll be thinking of Jason Pierre Paul, like JPP. I think of it like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's nothing personal. It's nothing personal. And then, I kind of been out the loop with a lot of stuff. I've been trying to really get back into the Raiders pressers and stuff of that nature, since I really can't be at the training camps or see like footage or nothing. So I try to get every information that I can during training camp, and I usually get involved more around this time anyway. Mm-hmm. Willie, is anybody else outside of what Raider Nation Hotspot said as far as offensive lines go?
Nah, I think what I'm looking forward to is when all five of these guys are healthy and are able to gel. I know, Darian, you have some issues with Andre James. You think his arm's too short to be a center, yada yada yada. But
he's a turtle.
He's a what?
He's a turtle.
But I think for me, man, that I'm looking forward to seeing all these five guys, and I ain't talking about the hamburger place. I'm looking forward to these guys working together and getting some continuity, because if everything that we're hearing about these guys individually holds water, and then at that point when it's time for us to come together collectively as a unit, it's gonna be something that we can anticipate with some positivity in what we can see going forward when the season starts.